Hey there and welcome back. Or if you're new to the channel, thanks for checking it out. You know, for me, woodworking is 90% fixing errors. It's pretty rare when I'm unable to fix an error and have to scrap a project altogether. That's exactly what happened today. I was 100% done before I realized its fatal flaw. This project's now in the trash can. Let's get into it. I'm going to start over here at the joiner. This is cocobolo, which is a wood from South America. It's incredibly heavy and dense, and it's also incredibly expensive. This goes for about $80 a board foot. To put that in perspective, walnut, which is considered pretty expensive, goes for about $10 a board foot. Now, I've never worked with this before, and I don't know what it's going to do to my machines because it's so dense and heavy, but we're going to find out. I'm going to take very light passes here with the jointer and the planer, see what we can do with this. Now I'm going to rip both these so both edges are parallel. Okay, now I'm going to cut my miters. All right, now I'm going to route a channel on the bottom of each of these to hold the bottom of the box.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
So it started off at a 1/4 inch deep and somehow found its way up much higher than that. Somehow the bit moved itself, which is really unfortunate. All right, so I think I've caught that in time and it won't cause any serious issues. And no one will ever know except for all of you watching. I've lowered the bit considerably. I'm going to do it in 2 passes now. I think the wood was just too dense. Maybe too much vibration caused the bit to raise. I don't know. All right, at this point, I'm going to work on the inside of the box as it's much easier to get to now before I assemble it. Got a couple of holes to fill. I'm going to get it sanded nice and smooth too. All right, now I'm going to get ready to start gluing this thing up.
Tomorrow.
I let this set up overnight, so we should be good to go. Get out of these things and see how it looks. Damn, maybe for the first time ever, I got four pretty close to perfect miters. Awesome. We're gonna get this over to the table saw and cut some slots for some splines. I think I'm just gonna put one in the middle. That's my plan. All right, I got my spline jig ready to go. I've made myself a little stop here so I can get a consistent cut on all 4 edges, I hope. I wish I had raised the blade a little bit so this could go a little bit deeper.
That's what she said.
But I'm not going to risk doing it again. So we'll work with what we got. Now I've got to cut the wood for the spline. I think I'll use maple or something light. My caliper said it's an 8-inch thick, an 1/8 inch thick.
English, mother, do you speak it?
There we go. All right, gonna let that sit up for a while. Well, these have been drying overnight, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut them off. Use my Japanese pool saw here.
China?
Nice, all 4 corners are looking good. All right, so I toyed around with the idea of using multiple species of exotic woods, but in the end I feel like something a little more simple is going to look best. So I've got this piece of sapele here. I am going to use the CNC to carve a diamond pattern on top here. This is really just an experiment, but if it looks cool, then I'm going to go with it. I think that looks pretty awesome. All right, we're back over at the CNC. This is the bottom of the box lid. I'm going to attempt to carve a channel around here that will nicely recess inside of the box, just to get a nice snug fit. Got a little bit of play, but I think that's all right. Well, folks, I was about to start sanding this and putting the finishing touches on when I realized this lid has a bit of a warp to it. So I made it another lid. I changed up the design a little bit, left this piece solid for the handle. When I discovered this piece also has a warp to it. So I made another one. This time in maple. Fits tight, looks awesome. So we're gonna go with this. I'm gonna get sanded. All right. Got this thing set up in my laser here. Now this is not the type of dude that would use this box for anything untoward, but I did want to include a little reminder here on the bottom, just in case. All right, we're ready to get some finish on this thing. This just came in the mail like 2 seconds ago. I've never used this before, but I hear a lot of good things about it. So I'm gonna give it a try on here. This thing is done, and this is normally the part of the video where I'd be showing beauty shots. However, if you recall earlier in the video, the router bit raised up too high for seemingly no reason. It went really deep. It wasn't a problem at the time, but apparently I sanded so much I sanded through. Don't know how well you can see that, but yeah, so this whole thing is ruined and wasted a bunch of time and material. So you win some, you lose some, you know? I'm gonna start again. I'll probably change everything about this.